Okay, hello everybody. If you can see me, you can see my screen and you can hear my voice, type hello in the comments, in the chat. In the chat, okay? Then I know everything is okay. Okay, thank you, Lynn, Dave, Chikeng, Sun Sing, Jess, great. Jason, awesome. Okay, I'm very happy to host this webinar with you, for you, and I'm glad to see you all here participating with me. Okay, if you have just joined us and you do not know, this will be my last webinar for Phillip Securities because I'll be leaving the company. So tonight, all right, let's increase the energy level. Let's learn as much as we can as I seek to deliver as much as I humanly can in this next 1 hour. Is that okay? If that is okay, type okay in the chat. Okay, let's make it a power pack one. All right, great. Now, as with every webinar and seminar, right, there's always a disclaimer, okay? Everything that I will be sharing with you today is just meant for knowledge education purposes, okay? It is not meant for you to go and buy or sell or do anything impulse, okay? You are still recommended and advised to seek a financial consultant, someone licensed to look through your portfolio before getting any advice. Clear? If this is clear with you, type clear in the comments. No, in the chat. After 2.5 years, I'm still mixing up comments with chats. Like clear in the chat, okay? And in case you see me looking left and right, it's not because I'm distracted. I have 2 monitors in front of me. I have my notes and I have my slides over here that I'm sharing with you guys. All right? Okay, great. Good that you guys are very clear. Good, then I can proceed. So today, the topic that we are going to discover and uncover today, it's the 5 traits that you must embrace to become a successful trader. Now, help me understand you better, okay? Are you already trading the stock market? If you are, okay, type the number of years. So if you just started trading in 2020 during COVID, then type 4. If you started 10 years ago, type 10, okay? Can you do that for me? So I know roughly, I have the rough demographics over here. Then I can also know how to pace myself, right? Okay, Lin, 2 years. PL 1. Chiking 10. Wow. Veteran already. Jason, new. New meaning few months or few weeks? Priscilla, 3+ years. Dave, 2. KH 4. Peter, 2. Sun Sing 1. Guet Peng 2. Good. So it's most of them, not most of them, most of you, right? You have maybe 1 to 3 years of trading experience. And a couple of you have like more than 3 years. One of you have 10 years. That's fantastic. Okay, maybe you can share with me also, which market do you trade? Okay, is it the Singapore market, Hong Kong, US, German, right? So and so forth. US and Singapore, great. Singapore, huh? Wow, Singapore, US, Hong Kong. US only, US, Singapore, Hong Kong, good, good. Then you guys are quite familiar, right? Because in Singapore market, it moves a bit slower. But if you're talking about the US and the Hong Kong market, the price action, the speed, the volatility is faster. So today I can talk a bit more in depth because I believe you understand. Okay, great, great. Now that I've understood you better, let's move on to the first trait. To be a successful trader in the long term, in the long run, okay? That means for 10 years, 20 years, until you decide to retire or not trade anymore. Okay, the first trait is you have to be analytical. Now, what do I mean by this? What do I mean by this? Now, you have to keep looking at the stock that you have or you have interest in. Okay, you try to uncover patterns. Like a customer shared with my colleague Ming Han, and then he shared with me that, hey, Ben, do take a look at Singapore banks. 1 month before their earnings results, right? Usually, they start to rise. Okay, maybe about 1 month or 1.5 months before the earnings is released, their prices start to rise. So this applies to DBS, OCBC, UOB. Then there's this pattern, quite interesting. All right, so don't take it wholesale. After this webinar, open up your charts, take a look at the prices, see whether the starting price 1.5 months or 1 month before the earnings, right? Whether the price actually start to climb. And if you spot this pattern and it's reliable, right? You can decide on what to do next. Okay. Second, interpreting signs. Now, the market, right, is full of clues. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes these clues are a bit hidden. So you need to be really in sync with the market. You need to understand the stock that you're trading, the market that you are looking at. Then you can interpret signs. Okay, so one thing about interpreting signs. Do you remember the stars framework? What is the last S? What does the last S stand for? If you do not know what the stars framework is, don't worry. I will share it with you towards the end of the webinar, okay? But for those who have been following me for some time, like Dave, Lin, what does the last S in the stars framework stand for? Can you type in the chat for me? Dave, you got it. Sentiment. Okay, sentiment. Now, I'm going to draw something on the screen. Okay, follow me. Sentiment. When we talk about sentiment, okay, this is a red candle versus this type of red candle. Okay, can you quickly type in the chat A or B? Is more bearish. More bearish, is the most bearish one. Type A or B. Okay, we have answers coming in. So you guys are saying A. Very good. Very, very good. Now, this is a bullish candle, right? Green color. Same thing. Which one do you think is more bullish? Type in the chat for me. A or B? Again, it's A, right? Very good. Very, very good. Yeah. So in both instances, A is the answer. Okay. So this is one of the signs that you can see, you can spot, and therefore you can interpret that the whole market suddenly becomes so bearish or suddenly becomes so bullish or it has been bullish consistently. Then what should you be doing? You should be looking out for buying opportunities if it's bullish. Now, when the market is weak, right, showing that not much strength, like maybe small green candles, right? Then later you see a lot of red candles coming out. Let me draw. After which you see a lot of red candles coming out. Wow, big ones. Then small ones also. Out of nowhere, wow, big ones. Big ones. What can you interpret? You can interpret that the bulls are getting weaker. Okay, when the bulls are getting weaker, the bears are coming into control. Bears are starting to take control, right? Bears are starting to take control. Is this clear so far? If this is clear so far, type clear in the comments. No, in the chat, sorry. Okay, so this is one of the most straightforward and easiest ways how you can spot patterns, spot signs, and interpret them. Okay. Now, secondly, you can also look at the RSI indicator, which I will show you later on. All right. If you have been following me for some time, or if you are familiar with basic technical analysis, right, you know that the RSI is something like that, right? Is your RSI indicator. And the top value here is 70, and the bottom value here is 30. Now, of course, this is 100 lah. Okay, this 100, and this is 0. Okay, I'm going to change color. Pay attention to my screen, all right? Now, when the RSI is in this pink shaded area, what does it tell you? Is it overheated or extremely cold? Overheated, huh? All right. However, if the RSI is over here, okay, it means that the bears really are not, the bears are not here anymore. The momentum is very, very, very low. All right, so it's very cold. Then looking at the RSI, it will give you a clue whether you should actually look for buying opportunities. So in a bullish market, you see RSI is already so high. I don't think you'll want to buy anything now lah. Okay. However, if you see a divergence or you see that in a bull market, after a small correction, the RSI is so low, could it be a good buying opportunity? If this is clear so far, type C in the comments, in the chat. Okay, because if you are clear, then I will remove this. Okay, Dave, Guat Peng, Priscilla, Ping Chin, Lina. Okay, can the rest I assume you all okay because you never reply, then I just assume lah Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so I'm going to erase everything. Next, to be successful, you need to have independent thinking also. Okay, you need to be an independent thinker. What do I mean by this? Now, when we have the internet, when we have our mobile phones, right? We have apps inside. What type of apps do we have? Right? We have our social media apps, we have our banking apps, we have our financial news apps, we also have like communication apps. Now, when you open your social media, right, what posts tend to go viral? It's usually the very shocking one or very funny ones, right? Very rarely the highly educational ones go viral unless you are always searching for them. Okay, so when we get bombarded by headlines, most of the times they are shocking headlines. Do you notice this? If you notice this, type me in the comments, in the chat. Yeah, something out of ordinary, unbelievable, something shocking. Do you notice this? If you notice this, type me in the chat. While I sip some water. Right, news telling you that, the China market is going to fly. Alibaba is going to reach 200. Then you go and look at the price of Alibaba, $60 only. Then you think, maybe got chance. But are you critically thinking? Do you have a plan? What are your real thoughts? Is that for real? Or do you think that the news, the article can be real, but what is the time frame? What is the duration that they are looking at? Are they looking at 20 years down the road? Or are they looking at 2 months, 5 months, 2 years down the road? Okay. So when you read articles, you need to ask yourself such questions. All right. How long are they looking at? Okay. Because if they tell you Alibaba can hit $200 in 2 months, I'll be very scared. Sure or not, can or not, I'm not very confident. But if they say Alibaba can go back to $200 in the next 10 years, all right, possibly there could be economic changes, there could be structural changes in the future, which could propel Alibaba's share price from 60 something, 70 something, all the way to 200. Okay. If this is okay, type analytical in the comments. No, chat. Type analytical in the chat. Great. So I can move on already. Now, the second trait to be a successful trader, right? You need to be adaptable. All right? Adaptable. You need to understand the market's behavior. Okay? You need to know that the market rises and falls in cycles. In good times, it rises, but it will also come down. Okay? And it will continue to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Right? The market moves in cycles. You also need to understand, is the market now in full bullish mode, right? That you just keep buying. Every time it breaks out, you just buy and you'll make money. Or is it in a very cautiously bullish mode? That means if you buy the breakout, then you'll be realizing that you're in losses, right? Because the market is in a pullback mode. Every time it breaks out by a bit, it pulls back by 5%. Okay, every time it breaks out by 2%, it comes back down by 10%. Then you must know that if this is a pullback market, if this is a cautiously bullish stock market, then what are you going to do? You are not going to employ your breakout strategies. Instead, you'll always be looking out for pullback before firing your buy trades, before firing your buy orders. Okay? Next sub point, respecting the market. Okay? This means that you follow the trend of the market. Okay? Follow the trend. If Hong Kong market is coming down, which it is still coming down, okay? Bearish market. You can look for buying opportunities, but most of the time, you'll see a lot of short selling opportunities, way more than buying opportunities. Later, I'm going to show you one case study. Okay? So out of maybe 20 counters, Hong Kong counters that you are looking at, maybe only got one is in an uptrend. The other 19 of them, high chance they're either coming down or they are stagnating. Okay? If so far so good, type good in the comments, in the chat. If all is so far so good, type good in the comments. Not comments, in the chat. Okay, also employ, not employ, practice your support and resistance lah. That is how you can respect the market also, right? Because if the price always comes down to test this particular support zone at about $50, then you don't buy at 52 lah, you don't buy at 53 lah, right? Wait for it to come down to 50, bounce off, then you enter. That's also another way you can respect the market. Trend lines is another example, because trend lines, right, they are diagonal support and resistance zones. Okay, so wait for the price to come down lah. No need to go and chase the price. Okay, respect the market. Now, embrace technology. I know that in the past, people watch TV, right? Last time I see my parents, right, they turn on the TV. The first thing they look is teletext. How many of you remember teletext? Type me in the comments. No, not comments, in the chat. Teletext, type me. Wow, hey, got people type. I'm not that old. Yeah. So we are of the same era. Hang on for a while. I got a bit of flu. Same generation. Yeah. So now, does teletext still exist? I mean, even if it does, we also don't use it anymore, right? We use computers. We use our mobile phone, right? Yeah, you can go to SGX website to take a look at the pricing, at the prices of Singapore stocks. You can always go to Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, or even TradingView to look at Hong Kong market, US market, Canadian market, German market, whichever market you want, right? So yeah, we got to be adaptable. We got to move with times. We embrace technology. Okay, if everything is so good, if everything is clear and good so far, type adaptable in the chat. Yeah, obsolete. Yeah, maybe not stay obsolete. Okay, let's adapt and survive. Not only just survive, thrive. Okay, adaptable. Great. Now the third trait, okay, is discipline. Discipline is so crucial, right, guys? Singaporean guys especially, we all have been through the army. Wow, when the sergeant or the superior says, be here at 7:30, you will not turn up at 7:30. You will turn up at 7:20 or even 7:25. True or not, guys? If you serve NS before, tell me in the chat, is it true or not? And if tell you 7:30, you jolly be there by 7:25. True, right? If you reach there at 7:30, what happens? jialat, I think you have to stay there for the weekend. Stay in camp while all your friends book out and hang out with their friends and family. Right? There's no such thing as being on time. So discipline, you have to adhere to the rules. When you need to do your homework, you do your homework. You need to set a stop loss, you set a stop loss. There is a take profit level that you already have in mind. Place it as an order. Okay, that's to remove a lot of emotions, remove a lot of stress from our heads also. So it is actually very beneficial for us. And I've also shared about ways you can use a stop loss, how you can use stop loss to actually benefit you in our Telegram channel. And after this, I'll be sharing with you about our Telegram channel. So if you want to learn and to be equipped with more practical, applicable knowledge, all right, stay tuned. I'll be sharing about our Telegram channel. Okay? Practice. Now, practice, right? A lot of people say, oh, just practice and practice and practice and you'll be good. Have you heard of this thing? You need to clock 10,000 hours of training before you become really good at it, before you really become good at any skill. Have you heard of this thing before? I think it's a scientific study performed in the US or somewhere. Okay, 10,000 hours. But I would like to sharpen this statement. Okay. Yes, you need 10,000 hours of training, but if this training is of low quality, right? Anyhow whack one, then I think it's not much of a use lah. You are probably not making the most out of your training hours. So instead of just clocking 10 hours of training, why not let's clock 10,000 hours of quality training? Okay, if you agree, type agree in the chat. Okay. Okay, only two of you agree. Quality training lah, the most important, right? If you know a bit of kung fu or you watch movies before, right? You don't start fighting, you don't start hitting. What do? You practice your foundation, right? Doing squats, 站马步, right? Squats, doing all the core strengthening exercises. Why? Because that's quality training. Once you can have the right stance, you have a strong core, it's easier, much easier to master the techniques properly and protect your body, right? You won't suffer. You may not. You will reduce the risk of injury, right? So if all is good, type discipline in the chat. Okay, thank you, Pang Lin, Lina. Thank you, Dave. Quite ping. Good, huh? Okay, so now I'm going to share with you our Telegram channel. So if you have not joined us on Telegram, this is what you are missing out. Okay, we have Telegram live sessions, and we send out the recordings over the weekend. So sometimes I share about my outlook on the US market, and I also share with you the resources. Okay, so my teammates, right, Jia, she has talked about this. She has talked about oil, right, the rising prices of oil or rather she talked about the trend, right, that oil usually rises in the month of March and April, if I'm not wrong, March and April. Then when was it shared? It was shared in early March lah. So you have been following us close enough in Telegram, you'll get all these tidbits and nuggets. Okay. Here I share with you the benefits of using a stop loss, how you can overcome your fear and greed. Okay. And is the market about to crash? If it is, what should you be doing to protect your hard-earned capital? And not only that, how to make money when the stock market is crashing, how you can possibly make money. Okay. I also share about stock and analysis, right? NVIDIA. right? I shared about NVIDIA. So I think that Friday, I shared that NVIDIA should be coming down already. And wow, that Friday night, NVIDIA really crashed 5.5%. Now it's still hovering around there. And my opinion, just my opinion, okay, I think that it is likely that it continues to come down in the next week or so. Okay, so I find it interesting lah. Do you find it interesting? If you do, type yes. Peter, can we have the link? Of course. Later I give you the link. Okay, let me showcase the Telegram channel first. Okay, you can join and take a look at the previous post later. Okay, then you see every weekend we talk about the economic calendar. We share with you what are the things that are likely to move the market and our outlook for the S&P 500 futures. Now, why we talk about S&P 500 futures is very important, okay? S&P 500 futures moves about 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. It means that by looking at the S&P 500 futures, we know what is the sentiment of the Asian markets, then the European markets, and finally the US markets. There's always you can always see a lot more things, infer a lot more things. And I've always been talking about this in our Telegram live sessions, in the articles that I've written. Okay, so enough of whetting your appetite, right? You want to know how to join. Let me show you how you can join. I also talk about Hong Kong stocks, by the way. Okay, this one is one uptrending stocks, even though the Hong Kong stock market is coming down. So this is a rare gem, I find. Okay, how? Here you go. Very simple. Just scan this QR code and you'll be inside. Okay, great. Dave, great SK. Okay, I'll hold this here for another minute or so for you guys to scan and have a look. Okay, how many of you have joined already? If you have scanned and joined, type me in the comments. No, not comments, in the chat. Peter, have you joined? Join, huh? Great, great. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Shun Sing. Okay. Anson, no problem. Yeah, can join later, no problem. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Victor. Great. Now the fourth trait, it's focus. Okay, focus. How can you really focus? Is by removing all distractions. Okay, when I'm trading, my phone is on, but the vibration mode is off. Okay, ringtones also off, notifications also off. I don't know about you, but you may want to practice this. Next, when it is best if you plan your trades during the weekend when you are not so stressed, right? When your kids are probably asleep, when you have some solitude, quiet time for yourself to really think, analyze clearly, critically. Okay? And sometimes, right, like humans, there's no such thing as 100% peaceful times, right? Sometimes we get interrupted by family and friends. Sometimes our kids also disturb us or interrupt us. Sometimes we inevitably get into an argument, right? Maybe your spouse asked you to buy eggs and you forgot to buy. Then you all get into a small argument and it affects your emotions. It affects your psychology. Then is it a good time to go and plan for your trades, to look at the stock market immediately after that small argument? Right? You got to consider, you got to think for yourself. Okay, how can you cool down? How can you chill? Okay, wash your face, take a shower, I don't know, but you got to decide. Okay, another way you can remove distractions is try not to read too much news. Because just now, right, in the first point, analytical, right? The news headlines are meant to capture our attention. They are meant to tug our emotional heartstrings. Okay, so yes, they are either shocking, super sad, or they are just selling a lot of hope. we got to filter them, and we got to avoid reading popular opinions. Okay, if they tell you Nvidia is going to reach like what, 2,000, 5,000 in the next few months, possible or not? Possible lah, but is it a high probability thing? Okay. Can, if this point is clear so far, type focus in the chat. Great, great. Okay, guys, I just need your feedback so far. Are you enjoying this so far? Okay, because if you're not, then, wow, I got to go and think of way how to improve on the spot. Okay, are you enjoying this so far? Yes, okay, great, great. My aim is not to bore you to death. Okay, point number 5, or rather trait number 5, reflective. Okay, it is always a good idea to spend time reflecting, to evaluate. When you are evaluating, what do you really evaluate, right? That's the key thing, right? I mean, everybody can say evaluate, but what do you do? What do you evaluate? You evaluate your thought process. Okay, you think through, you reflect. What was I thinking when I executed this? When I say that, when I wrote down that Microsoft is a great stock that I'm looking to buy. Why did I do that? What made me agree that it is a good stock to buy? Okay, what were the emotions? What were you feeling at that point of time? Were you stressed that, I haven't made money in the past 10 trades. I want to make money now, and I must make it big. Therefore, I'm going for the meme stocks. I'm going for the semicon stocks. I'm going for the AI stocks. Do you sense that there's a fear, there's greed coming through? What else can you evaluate? Of course, your trading plan, right? Did you adhere to it? Was the timing good at that point of time? So on and so forth. All right. Second sub point, understanding yourself. When you reflect, you aim to understand yourself. Aristotle, right, once said, knowing ourselves is the beginning of all wisdom. Now, what does this really, really mean? Understand yourself. You need to know your personality. You need to know, if you are impatient, or if you seek for adventure, right? You are the adventurous type. Or are you the more slow and steady? You prefer things to be more certain, right? You don't like spontaneity. You need to know yourself. Then you can choose a strategy that actually suits you best. Okay. Next, you also need to know about your own lifestyle. Are you working in shifts? Because some of my clients, they work in shifts, so it's difficult for them to have a look at the stock market all the time at night, especially if they are trading the US market. Sometimes they just can't look at the US stock market at night. Why? They need to work, shift work. Either they are doctors, nurses, engineers, IT engineers, so on and so forth, right? Then how? So you need to think through. All right. Now, some of you are young parents. If you're young parents, your kid is still a baby, okay? Not even a toddler, baby, maybe just under 1.5 years old. They cry at night. They wake up at night, and they wake up multiple times at night. And you always wake up feeling so drained, so tired, right? Maybe sometimes your friends call you a panda. You know why lah? They call you a panda. Okay, then you must be you need to know, okay, should I be trading for the super short term intraday trades? Or should I be looking at swing trading that when you buy, you hold your stock positions for a couple of days to a couple of weeks? Or should you be doing position trading instead, buying and holding for a couple of months? Or should you just do long-term investing? Right? And what are the pros and cons? You need to evaluate. You need to understand yourself. Then you can come up with something that suits you. Okay? And when you understand yourself, you have evaluated everything, you know what you can improve in. All right. So if this is crystal clear, can you type reflective in the chat. Okay, if this is crystal clear, type reflective in the chat. Great, great. And that's not all, okay? I've prepared one bonus trait just for you guys because you are here. Persistence. Persistence. Okay, if you are familiar with this business and motivational coach, Simon Sinek, okay, he always challenges people to know your why, right? Why are you doing this? Why not that instead? Why now? Why last time? Why in the future? Keep asking yourself why. I know that it can get a little intense, right? Everything you want to do or you plan, you keep asking yourself why. But when you start to do this, you start to dig out, right, your inner real reasons. So when you ask yourself, why do you invest in the stock market? Why do you look at stock market instead of Forex? Why do you look at stock market instead of commodities? I hope you have a very clear answer. Okay. And why are you trading Singapore stocks instead of US? Why are you trading Hong Kong instead of Singapore? You must know why. And if your why is just superficial, right? Meaning, oh, the reason I trade is to make money. And that's all. You stop at that level. Can or not? Can. But what if you ask yourself why again and you go one level deeper? Okay, make money. Why? Why is there a need for you to make this amount of money? What do you intend to do with this amount of money? Do you see where I'm going at? When you ask yourself why again and again, you are digging the inner motivations. You are digging the real reasons out from your heart. When you do that, you know the reason to commit to what you want, what you need to do. You will stay committed, you'll stay disciplined, you'll focus. And when you do that, very little things or almost nothing can stop you towards achieving success consistently. Right? Just like Argentina, right? World Cup. How many of you watched the World Cup last year? Type WC. Okay, WC stands for World Cup. Well, only Dave watched. I especially took off the day after the World Cup finals because I wanted to watch the World Cup finals. Right, that time was Argentina versus France. Yeah, so if you remember, at the end of the match, it was a draw. So what happened was extra time, right? So they played extra 30 minutes. Then what happened? Draw again and penalty law. Okay, and you can see that Mbappe kept scoring. He scored a hat trick. He scored 3 goals, but Argentina did one better, right? Messi and his team, they rarely say, "Hey, we are 1 goal down. No, we must win this." And France, oh, 1 goal down. No, I must win this. You kept seeing that competitive spirit. They know why they want to win this. It is not just for themselves. It is not just for their legacy, but it is for the glory of their nation. Okay, it is for the glory of their nation. So if your why is deep enough, strong enough, you will succeed. You will do it. Can if this is clear, type persistence or type P short form type P in the chat. Okay, so when you know your why, you'll practice, you do your homework, you'll train well, and most importantly, you'll stick to the few strategies that you have learned and you know that they are well tested instead of being a strategy hopper. Strategy A, I try 3 times only and only work one time out of 3. Then jump to strategy B. Wow, I try 10 times. only works 2 times, then jump to strategy C. Hey, hello, you only try for a few times. Why don't you test it out for 20 trades, 50 trades, right? And see which one suits you best. Okay, sometimes it's about market timing. Sometimes it's about you don't fully understand the market. That's why the strategy isn't working. Okay, so got to be persistent. Keep trying and trying. Can? Now, how then can you be a successful trader? If you realize the stars framework, okay, support and resistance, trend lines, help you to analyze, help you to think, help you to be disciplined, help you to adapt, right or not? Right? You understand this stars framework, right? It helps you to understand the market sentiment via the last S. Then support and resistance help you to adapt, right? Adapt and stay disciplined. Okay, ATR indicator helps you to set a stop loss, helps you to be disciplined, helps you to take emotions out. Okay, RSI helps you to be analytical, helps you to be disciplined. All right. So the stars framework, it's a good summary, right? When you apply it, it works. Okay. If you don't believe, go back to one of the Telegram live sessions I've done, I think in January, early Jan or mid-January. I shared the results for the stars framework, right? I've recorded each and every trade perform in, not perform, shared to you, right, in 2023. And you can have the look, and you can have a look at the results for itself. Okay. Now I'm going to do a live demo of how you can actually employ the stars framework, because I know that some of you are brand new here, right? You have not seen me at all. This is the first time you are seeing me. Okay. Okay. So if you are ready, type stars, STARS, and I'll share this framework with you. Great. Okay. Now that you have talked about, now that you are interested and you want to know more, right? Can you name me one of your favorite stock? Okay. Please, no semicon, okay? Because semicon already half punctured already, I find. Let's look at something that we can probably take action on. Disney, Adobe. Okay. Okay. Disney, Adobe, SIA, DBS. Okay, stop. Stop. Okay, so let's take a look at Disney, Adobe. Yeah, and to understand how these US stocks are likely to perform, we need to understand the S&P 500 futures. Okay, so the S&P 500 futures is undeniably in a very strong uptrend. Now over here, right, can you notice that the price of the S&P 500 futures are really outside of its highest uptrend line? Okay, let me mark it out. Here. Ta-da. Okay, so it has already exceeded its uppermost trend line. And the last time it did that, right, was here. Here. Okay. Now, using the stars framework, okay, let me write it down. What's the acronym for stars? Let me use in a color. Okay, support and resistance. Trend line. ATR. RSI. Sentiment. Okay. Let's look at RSI. Very quickly. The RSI indicator is this one, this purple one. 62. Is it considered high or low or neutral? Okay, a bit on the higher side lah. Okay, a bit on the higher side. It is not exactly that high, but it's a bit on the higher side. Now, very quickly, can you tell that there's a divergence or not? Okay, here, right, prices going up. Here, RSI coming down. Do you see this divergence? Okay, if you see this type D, D for divergence. Divergence means the, the, they are not agreeing to each other. Right? When prices are increasing, your RSI should increase to show that the bullish momentum is getting stronger. But instead, here the bullish momentum is getting weaker. It's not getting stronger. It's a warning sign already. Okay, so to save you time, I've already drawn the support resistance, the trend lines. What can you expect then? What can you reasonably expect? We can reasonably expect, right, the price of the S&P 500 futures, okay, to come down. Okay, to come down, then maybe do this before rising again. Okay, back then we were planning for this, I think about 2 weeks ago. It hasn't happened yet. But does it mean that it will not happen? Just not yet. Just not yet. Okay, I want to bring your attention to another thing. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to zoom in. I'm also going to remove this oval. Okay, can you see that the S&P 500, right? Can you see the sentiment? Let's look at the candle. Sentiment, let's focus on sentiment. So what do you see? The color, right? Color of the candle and the size. Okay, in this area, can you tell me if there are more green or red candles? Okay, G or R? Talk about color first, green or red? Which one is more? Green, right? But the green, are they very big or just normal? Okay, big, small, or normal? Okay lah, got one big one, then the rest are quite normal, right? Punctuated with a few small ones over here. Can you see? Small ones, small ones, small ones. Tonight also small for as of now. But when you look at the red ones, what are the sizes of what's the size of the red ones? They are actually quite big, right? You compare this red one to this green one. The red one is bigger. Then this one is just slightly smaller only, right? This red one just slightly smaller than the green one. But these two, same size. These two also same size. So what does it tell you? Down here, you see the red all very tiny. Okay, good. But now the red getting bigger. Can you see? So it is a sign of exhaustion, bullish exhaustion. Okay, if you can see this, type me in the comments and in the chat. Okay, this is a sign of bullish exhaustion. The bulls are getting weaker. Okay, so I'm helping you to analyze the market right now. Then you can make your a more informed decision. Okay, now, so what does this mean? This means that the S&P 500, right, is likely to come down soon. Okay, likely to come down soon. Okay, at most maybe go sideways for a while more before coming down. Okay, if this is clear, type OK in the chat. Good. ATR is to know where to set your stop loss. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to remove everything. So let's say you want to buy here. For whatever reason, you want to buy here. This is 5242. Okay, 5242. Then you look at our ATR. What's the ATR value now? 51.6. Here, 51.6. How far away do you put your stop loss? Maybe here. Okay. How far away do you put? I prefer 2.5 times ATR to about 3 times ATR. Okay, can. Lina, is this okay? I've also covered this in my previous Telegram channel, Telegram live sessions. So if you have just joined us, very good. I congratulate you. You can, I think Charlotte and Angela, they came out with a list of recordings. I'll share it out again so that it's easy for you to find it. Okay. So Lina, can. Definition of ATR. ATR stands for average true range. Okay, average true range. This one you can Google lah. I won't bore you with all the tiny details. Okay, basically, it measures the volatility of the market. Okay, huh? Okay, good. So let's go and take a look at Adobe. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's draw our trend, our support and resistance zones. So to draw support and resistance, we look from the left to the right. Okay, look at my movement from the left to the right. Okay. Now let's see if there's anyone here, any support and resistance here. Yeah, there is one. One more probably here. I'm using the daily time frame, by the way. Okay, from the left to the right. Yeah, somewhere here. Another one probably somewhere here. Another one maybe somewhere here. Okay, uptrend or downtrend? This one is uptrend. Okay, but if you're looking to buy and hold for just a few days, right, because the market is really very overheated, then you can start drawing your uptrend from here. Your uptrend line, you can start drawing from here. Probably somewhat like that. This angle of ascent should be good. Yep. Okay, this one takes a bit of experience and time. The more you draw, the more experience you get, the faster it is for you to spot the angle and just draw like that. You see, I just drew it in front of you. Okay. Now it has broken down from the lowest uptrend line, starting to come up. I'm not very bullish for this. But if you're sharp eye, you will see this divergence here. If your eye is sharp, you'll see this divergence over here. Means that the bulls are coming back. Therefore, it is likely to the price of Adobe, right, is likely to rise. Okay, let's see how it reacts here. Does it drop all the way down? Or does it try this before rising? Okay, now let's call this A and B. Okay, if A happens, then there's no entry unless you want to short this. Okay, if you are looking to go long, that means to buy, then you wait and see if B happens. You can probably look to enter at about 561 on the bounce up. So you must come like that, bounce up, then you trigger your buy entry. Okay, this is just based on the stars framework. Then of course you set your stop loss. Okay, your stop loss maybe about 3 times ATR away. So right now the ATR value is about 20 So that's about $60 away from this. So your stop loss will be about 500. 500 somewhere here. Put it in red. About 500. Then where are you going to take profit at? You're probably going to take profit at about 630. So you have to consider okay, $60 here down on the downside and about $70 on the upside. If this is good for you, you can afford to lose this much. Try. And because the market is also overheated, right? You are highly encouraged to buy in smaller chunks. Okay, so if you can afford to buy 100 shares of Adobe instead of buying 100 shares, why don't you consider scaling down to maybe 60 shares? Then when you are wrong, not so painful lah. Okay, so whoever asked for Adobe, is this okay? If this is okay, type okay. And for the rest of you, if you think that this analysis is good, okay, type okay also. Okay, remember to switch your messages to be sent to everyone. It's because I'm seeing some of you are sending messages to the host and panelists instead. Okay, and just now, which other counter I said I would share? Disney. Who asked about Disney? Dave. Oh, Dave. Dave, I believe you remember, right? I shared about Disney somewhere here in November last year. I said, hey, wait for it to come down, touch about $91 and bounce, can enter, can consider entering here. Oh, it really did enter already. Hold for 1.5 months, it exploded, right? Dave, can you tell me, are you still in Disney or have you exited earlier? Still in. Awesome. Okay, be careful. There's divergence already if you notice. Okay, you see the price of Disney is climbing, but its RSI has been coming down. Okay, I'll be a bit more concerned. So what can you do? You can tighten your stop loss. Okay, I don't know where your stop loss is now. You can consider shifting it up to somewhere here, maybe 108 or slightly lower at about 105. Between 105, 108 lah. You can consider doing this. Okay, Dave? If all okay, type okay. Anson is asking, would this analysis work for asset classes like Bitcoin? Okay, the issue is the volume is a bit low for crypto. So the price can move very fast. It is a lot more volatile. Therefore, if you employ this, you may get results. But most of the time, right, you will feel a lot of greed coming in. That, wow, you want to buy now because the price can shoot vertically for a few weeks before coming down. Okay, so Anson, crypto is a different animal. You got to be very clear on that. You got to understand that instrument. You got to understand its characteristic. Okay, cannot copy wholesale lah, but you must tweak. Can Is there an ETF for crypto? Yeah, there's an ETF for Bitcoin. Quite a number of them lah. I can share the link in our Telegram channel later. Okay. Yeah. There are ETFs for Bitcoins. For Bitcoin. For the rest, I don't think they are launched yet. The SEC is still probably looking into it. Okay, let me take a look at one Singapore counter. Just now someone asked SIA Jardine DBS. Okay, let's do a quick one. SIA. I think SIA punctured already. The parachute broken already. The wing also drop off already, I think. Okay, you see the uptrend here. You see here is like uptrend, right? Here uptrend, right? But if you look longer, let's use the weekly chart. Okay, since year 2000, SIA has not recaptured its former glory since 1999. End of 1999. Okay, it has not recaptured its former glory. Even year 2007, when everything skyrocketed, SIA never never went past its, never created a new high. Okay, never created an all-time high. Then from 2008 onwards, all the way down. Other stocks recover already, but SIA very, very weak. Super weak. You can see, even if you do, you can do this. Yeah, somewhat like that. Yeah. So I mean, SIA has been generating a lot of buzz, a lot of interest, but I've always been telling my clients that, hey, be on the lookout because SIA, right, is actually still in a very long-term downtrend since 07, 08, right, all the way. And you see, no doubt what hit here come down, hit here also come down. So is there anything to look at for SIA? Maybe here at this point of time, right? And I believe oil prices is also rising, so that adds more stress, right, to SIA. Okay, so SIA, I don't think you'll be looking for buying opportunities lah, given that it's in a long-term downtrend. Okay, if this is clear, type SIA in the comments. No, not comments, chat. Now, Ping Chin asked for Jardine. Can you clarify Jardine which one? Cycle and Carriage? Matterson? Okay, we'll do Jardine and DBS. Okay, Alibaba, nothing to see lah, I find. Jardine CNC, okay, good. Okay, Stan is asking, how can we subscribe to TradingView chart? You just create an account, tradingview.com. Okay, then you create an account, it's free. But of course, if you want to pay to subscribe to their higher plans, you can do that. But as a start, as a beginner, no need. Okay, free. Mine is a paid one, so you don't see ads. You don't see advertisements, and I can put in a lot of strategies up here. Okay. Okay, Jardine CNC. C07 daily chart. Wow. This one also nothing to see. Are you looking for buying or shorting opportunities? I scroll until 2013, 10 years ago, still downtrend. So Ping Chin, let me know if you're looking for buying or shorting opportunities. Right? If you are looking for shorting opportunities, you can consider using CFD lah. The most straightforward. Buying hard lah. I think hard to make money. See drawing this live in front of you. I see this lah, okay? Yeah. Yeah. And this one no need. Too many. Yeah, so still in a free fall, right? Can you see? Almost one straight line down. We will probably see a dead cat bounce lah. Okay, for a few days. Let me draw. We could possibly see a dead cat bounce, maybe up to here, then another flush down. Okay, like you see here. Drop by so much, right? Bounce up, then drop again. Okay. Okay. Lily, could you please advise how to stop greed and how to avoid being so emotional, right? Very good. I have a Telegram live session already talking about how you can avoid fear and greed, how you can control this fear and greed. So I'll send out the list. You can go and have a look, okay? Over the weekend or when you're free. No, Huang, can you use regression line to draw the trend line? Can, but you must adjust the settings. Okay? And then, Pyeongche, could you please explain KGB listed in KLSE? Unfortunately, I don't have much time, so I'll focus on the last stock, DBS. Is that okay? If let me find out if I can squeeze out some time to look at KGB. Okay, Vanessa and Shermin, can you take this down? KGB listed in KLSE. And I think someone asked about Alibaba also. And YTL. I don't know what's YTL. Yeah, maybe you can take note of all this. Then I will look at them. Okay. Okay, very good. NK Lam. For SGX stocks, should we review the STI to get the sentiments too? Yes, of course. But you all know like STI are going nowhere on sideways on. Okay, I show you. Okay, I remove my screen drawings. So in the past, from year 2021 all the way until now, past 3 years, STI has been ranging here. Can you see it? Can you see it? Do you notice it? Okay. Then in the past few months, it has been ranging here only. From, I'm going to draw between here. Right? Then now it's like in the middle of nowhere, right? If in the blue rectangle, right? It is the midpoint, right? In the yellow rectangle, it is also quite high already, quite far away already. Alamak, yellow doesn't look very good. Let me change color. Change to pink now, okay? Change to pink. Okay, in this yellow one, somewhere here. Okay. Not, if when you want to look, when you are looking for buying opportunities, you are looking at area somewhere here lah to buy. Wait, let me redraw. You're looking at this area to buy. When you buy here, can you tell me if your risk is high or low? Your risk will be low, it'll be minimized. Because you buy here, what are the chances of STI falling way below here? Right? Low chance. Okay, low chance. So higher chance of it going up, right? Higher chance of it going up. So aim for here lah. So most of the stocks, yeah, it is at this time you can try to scoop bank stocks. Bank stocks. Okay, usually the other stocks, they don't really move bullishly lah. Okay, you go and look through my Telegram channel. You will notice that somewhere in December or January, I think somewhere in December or January, okay, OCBC was called out. Hey, it rose quite a lot. It rose quite a lot in what, 1.5 weeks. And we took profit already. Okay. So if you are looking, 正好 low risk, not low chance. I mean, low chance of it coming down. So you lower your risk. Low chance of it coming down, right? Therefore, okay, not equals. You can loosely say that lower risk. Okay. Okay, so with this in mind, right, you know that it's in the midpoint already. Let's look at DBS. Okay, so if everything is clear, everything is okay, type okay first before I look at DBS. Okay, let's look at DBS. Okay, remove this, irrelevant already. So DBS, can you see? Also stuck in a range around here. And now it's, can you tell me, is it at the higher zone or the lower zone? Can you type in the comments, in the chat? Higher, right? Higher, right? So right now it's here. 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 Higher zone. So wait and see some more. You see, it's rocketed for 1.5 weeks already. Wait for a pullback. And if you really want to take it, maybe you can aim for somewhere here to enter. Okay, but this one is of a higher risk. Why? RSI really very high. So if it comes down, RSI will still be a bit high. Okay. Secondly, STI is already in the middle. Okay. Can? Chart not adjusted. Okay lah. Then you click adjusted. You see. Same. Still high, ma. Okay. And DBS, I think people are looking at the split, huh? They're looking forward to the split, so they go and buy now. But the split is like 10% discount lah, because for every 10 shares, you get one free one. Right. So you decide lah. Now you chong in, later price drop by 10%, come back square one. So you may want to wait for it to drop before you consider entering. Okay. I mean, this is what I advise my clients lah. If you don't wish to take it, it's also fine. But I hope that you consider this. Okay. So is everything okay for DBS? If it is, type okay. Quack Ping, when or Ping Teh, when can short lah? Not for the banks, not for the banks. You short the banks, wow, jialat lah, pocket pain. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Same thing. Did you find this webinar useful and actionable? If you did, type yes. Okay. I always believe that things must be valuable and actionable at the same time. If you cannot take any action, then it's just head knowledge. Okay, it's just head knowledge. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your positive feedback. All right. Okay, I see Zhu Ping can short CNC or not? Jardine CNC, C07, right? You want to short now? The RSI rate quite low, I believe. Wait lah. Be patient. Go and draw your support and resistance lines. Okay. Employ the stars framework. Then you tell me can short or not. Because now if I draw everything, I think 9 plus. Okay. So maybe I can talk about that in our Telegram channel. Can? So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben. It is not good night yet, okay? I need to share you something. We got good lobang. Okay, if you don't have an CFD account, you can always open a CFD account with us. Okay, fund it. Let me present. Okay, fund your account to get $88 cash credits. Okay, perform a few trades to stand a chance to get a TV. Okay, so these are the terms and conditions. Deposit one time 5,000. Okay, 5,000 one time. One time. Okay, keep it for 60 days. Perform 8 CFD trades. This one I think is quite simple because my team and I, right, we have always been sharing ideas in our Telegram. Okay, so check out our Telegram, see how you can take action. All right, enjoy your credits, stand a chance to win the Prism TV. And because a lot of you trade Singapore market, right? If you trade one Singapore CFD, okay, if you just trade one Singapore CFD on top of everything, additional chance of winning the Prism TV. Okay. Then how to open account? Here it is. Use this link, scan this QR code, because by scanning this QR code, by using this link, your account will be under my team's care. Okay, my team is the one who run the Telegram, who will take care of your account. And I believe that some of you are under my team's care, including myself. I've called you before, right? I think Dave, we have spoken before. Lynn also, I think. Right? We have spoken over the phone before. We have seen you face to face. So that is the kind of privilege that we can extend to you. If only if your account is with my team. Okay? If your account belongs to someone else, sorry I cannot meet you lah. Later that person complain, then I cham. Okay. Stan, please explain the advantages and disadvantages between DLC leverage ETF. Wow, this one big topic. I let someone else do it. Okay, I'll take your feedback. I'll ask someone to see if they can do it, because it requires a lot of explanation. Mike, but you are leaving the company. Yeah lah, I am leaving the company, but my team is also solid one. Okay, can give them encourage them lah. Support us lah. Okay. So with this, I thank you so much for this incredible 2.5 years. This 2.5 years journey has been nothing short of miraculous and adventurous. Right? Without your support, all this wouldn't happen. Right? I wouldn't be doing more presentations. I wouldn't be engaging in one-to-one chats with you guys. I wouldn't have the privilege and honor to organize events for you, like the Chinese New Year event that some of you came, right? Yeah. So it's my utmost privilege, and I'm proud to be given this opportunity by all of you. So with a grateful heart, I thank you guys, and this is my last presentation for Phillip with you. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good night. Rest well. So can you still contact me? Can you email lah? Email. Okay. If you got any positive feedback or improvement points, email us. Let us know. Okay, let us know. If you have learned something valuable, you want to share it with me, go ahead. Okay, I will read your email. Right. You all also know, right? Your email in, I reply personally, right? I don't get someone else to reply. Okay, Ken, thank you so much. Thank you for all your best wishes, and we'll keep in touch. Take care. All the best. Good night. Bye-bye. Let's go eat McDonald's. Ken, you email me. Okay, bye-bye. Shermaine and Vanessa, bring on the music, please. Thank you.